Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we're here with episode 4 of Kino's Journey. And once again, thank you to Henry for sponsoring this video. Um, and you might be wondering, why episode 4? Well, I asked Henry before what episode they would want us to react to when they asked us to do Kino's Journey. Last time it was episode 2, I believe. I can't remember the name of the episode off the top of my head, but it was obviously the cannibal episode.
Yeah, yeah. It was cannibals and turned out to be traffickers, or in the slave trade.
Yeah, it was like the land of people that are useful. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Sorry, Henry.
You're
But
you are so close, and I know it for a
I feel like
fact.
I've got the right number of words, but I think every episode starts with land of. That's why I'm so close. But yeah, Kino and what's her motorcycle's called Hermes, am I right?
Yes.
Hermes, they encounter a bunch of people who are starved almost to death. I was about to say on the side of the road, but I think they're literally in the middle of nowhere. And they help nurse them back to life. I was about to say she, but I believe we were in the weeds on Kino being non-gendered.
Yeah, because it was never explicitly stated.
Yeah.
It is the tale of feeding off others that we
Oh
watched.
man, it wasn't even the land of. I wasn't even close. Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, they help get them back up to health. We've been getting clues all throughout the episode. Something's not quite right with these people, and they turn out to be slave traders who are also cannibals.
Yeah, yeah. They were very much a little too friendly throughout the episode, and then it was a real solid reveal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was also the matter of the ring thing. Like, it felt like Kino was waking up to themselves a little bit in the episode, and then the
Yes.
revelation tore them back down to reality again.
Hmm.
Like, this world isn't so bad after all. Oh, wait, it's exactly what I thought it was before.
Exactly. A case of maybe people aren't good.
Well, I didn't actually mean to do a recap there, but we just did the recap, so I was
Boom.
actually trying to lead into, I asked them what episode we should do next, and they responded with it would have to be episode 4, Land of Adults, in which Kino's backstory is revealed. It's unique because all the other episodes could be put in any order, while this one shows the chronological start of everything.
Love that.
It's also funny that you decided to have us watch, I guess what you thought was a really good episode, and then the first episode. I mean, obviously this is episode 4, but I mean the first episode chronologically
Yeah,
is coming from a person who, when they make an order, a show watch order, I do it everything chronologically. But you know what? Actually, I did the recap, which you usually do. So how about you do the comment response, which I usually start?
100% I got this. Henry from Patreon, this is a comment from him about the tale of feeding off others. Nice reaction, and good call on just calling Kino Kino, since they canonically don't care about gender. The world and show isn't post-apocalyptic, but it is definitely unusual regarding the tent discussion. I never paid much attention to it. Though on closer inspection, the one that was left behind doesn't look to have been Kino's. The shape and pattern on it are different, not sure what the art of this anime reminded you of. I wouldn't think it was Lane. If I get any of these names wrong of things I haven't seen, it's not intentional. You can always throw a comment to let me know I fucked up. Because that one still has a bit of that 90s look, unlike Kino. Also, hold on one second. Yoshitoshi. Yeah. Okay, this is a test for the morning. Also, Yoshitoshi Abe's character designs are pretty distinct, and he didn't work on this, regardless of how cool that would have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure right quickly after we had watched the episode, I had talked to you, and I think I even responded to this comment that you were right about the whole tent thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember getting that message.
I went back and obviously I do the editing, so I had to watch it again. So, and obviously I wanted to clarify if who was right because I'm that kind of person. But you know, I mean, there is something about the art style that looks very familiar, and maybe it's not Serial Experiments Lane, but my thing is that I've watched so many anime well before there was ever a My Anime list to
Yeah.
list what anime you've watched that I have forgotten more anime than I can remember having watched. So, if I say it looks familiar, I could be sourcing any random anime from the entire history of anime that my brain just says, you've seen something like this before, and I might just not be able to pull the name. So maybe Serial Experiments Lane was just the first thing off the top of my head because I can remember plenty of scenes of just the main character Lane with her little double braid thing in her hair, where she might look like Kino face wise, but even if I'm wrong there, I might be thinking of something else. I don't know. Somebody else wants to tell me what this might look like, I can be at least say, "Yeah, I've seen that before," or "No, I don't know what that is."
It makes sense, especially with the fact that most stories tell a similar journey, just in a different way. And the art style seems to also be leaning into that factor as well.
Well, art style is very dependent on both studio and obviously the art teams that are
Yeah.
making it, or at least the not the art team, but maybe the art director.
Well, I think it would be the team as well, because the director can ask for something, but the team has to
Well, I
be the
think
ones to
typically
produce it.
you learn your director's style, which is the whole thing when it comes to anime. I believe I could be wrong, but
Mhm.
typically the style of a show is very much weighted towards one person. So I don't know exactly who would be that in this case. Anyway, the other part about all of this is obviously the post-apocalyptic thing. If it's not a post-apocalyptic world, then maybe it's just a alternative world.
That I distinctly agree with after that comment.
Well, I mean, I don't know. See, the thing is that there's so many different things that could be going on here. Kino could be an isekai for all I know. The whole thing about this was going into this blind, so obviously I did no research whatsoever. Um, intentionally
Yeah.
put up the blinders when I tried to make this overlay, which obviously doesn't have a lot of work done into it because
It
again I
could
didn't want to look too much stuff up.
it could also be a case of we're just in a harsh environment.
Right, but well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it could be an alternative Earth or an alternative world or whatever. Obviously, we don't have talking motorcycles, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but like even outside of anime, talking cars and things have been presented in a non-alternative world.
Such as,
Knight Rider?
I mean, technically, Knight Rider is an alternative world. We don't have talking cars. Well, I guess technically we do now. We have OnStar and all that kind of shit.
So like this could be more of like a very far northern type of space.
Well, see, that's what makes me think it's post-apocalypse, right? In that it's after a future where we had talking vehicles, and then something bad happens. That's why I would think it was post-apocalyptic. Also,
Mhm.
not helpful that the first episode we watched could have literally been nuclear winter.
Yes. Agreed. But it made for good viewing.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. I would hope they were trying to give us the best episode first. Otherwise, I
You,
really don't know what order we're watching these things in. It's a month-to-month guesswork for
I
me.
would love it. I would love if there's just a wheel being spun and it's picking episodes. I think that would be hilarious.
I mean, if I had to guess, if I was the one doing this, like if I went to a Patreon and said, "Here's my money, I want you to watch this episode of this show," I would have to assume that I would be doing it because I want whoever I'm doing this for to like the show. So I
Mhm.
would like make a list of however many episodes I'm willing to have them watch and just be like, here's the best one. Here's the second best one. Here's one I'm going to need you to watch to understand who the character is, to be able to understand the fourth episode I want you to watch. You know? That sort
That
of thing.
that's logical.
No, I mean, that's the only thing I could guess. Again, I don't know. I'm not Henry. Henry has their own tastes. I never went out to watch Kino's journey on my own. So without Henry's own tastes, I would not have be here. So,
Henry is their own beautiful person, and we respect that. That's
eh,
it.
well, that's the long journey I was trying to get to with my transitive elements of people. Otherwise, I believe that's everything, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Just a thank you to Henry. That's it.
All right, then I guess we should go ahead and get into this. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
This intro song is super calming.
See, there's a Howard City in the background, Howard Walled City in that background. And I'm pretty sure this is the same opening as last time, right?
I think so.
Well, I have it in my mind, like some shows, like say Gun. Oh, that's right, because they were very good at
Yeah.
killing everybody last episode. But I just have it in my mind that shows like Mushoku Tensei and everything could have non-standard openings, like same song, different animations. I think I've talked to you before about 86 where the opening changes as
Yes, you have.
things happen. I mean, you say calming. I was going to say, I've already given it away. I said the first syllable. Uplifting, I feel like, or hopeful.
I'd say that's accurate as well.
Because it really feels like this is a horrible world to live in. And that the opening song is supposed to. Huh. Field of Red
It's
Flowers, huh? To make you think of it?
yeah, it does. It makes me think of war memorials.
Why red flowers?
Poppies. Yep, poppies grow a lot in the graves, like the larger grave sites of certain areas. There we go.
Yeah, because if I had just given it a minute. I don't know, maybe that's supposed to be symbolic.
Here we go.
Because I know in 86 it's also a red flower field for the dead.
Is this little girl the motorcycle?
Oh, I thought it was Kino. I would assume the motorcycle's always been the motorcycle.
Okay.
その時、私が何て呼ばれていたのか、実はよく覚えていない。何か花の名前で、読み方を少し変えると、とても嫌な悪口になっていたことだけは、はっきり覚えている。よくそれでからかわれたから。
こんにちは。僕はキノ。あちこち旅
Wait,
をして
what?
るんだ。
That's why I was confused, because I thought I was picking up that energy.
So she trades out her name for his name?
君は？
え？
君の名前は？
We'll see.
失礼だったかな。この国に宿屋はないかな。ちょっと安くてシャワーがあるといいんだけど。
うちがそうだよ。
Is he coming off the heels of
それは
Heavenly
ありがたい。
Delusion?
案内してくれるかな。
I wouldn't put it past an anime to say he cuts off her head and puts his brain in her body. Doesn't feel like that kind of show. Just saying,
大きな
I've seen
建
it
物だ
before.
ね。あれは何だ？
Yeah.
病院。
なるほど。この国は医学が発達しているんだろうね。
こっち。
おあ
もうすぐだよ。ほら、あの建物。
Hey, Hermes.
あ、
お父さん、お客
Yep,
さん
so
だ
it
よ。
looks like Hermes needs
Or
to
is
be
his
replaced.
brain gonna go in the motorcycle's body?
これはこれは旅人
That's
様いらっし
possible.
ゃいませ。いつまでお泊まりですか？
あさってまで2晩泊めてくださいますか。
はいはい。
Oh,
こちらで
they,
さえ
it's a hospital.
いや、どうもありがとう。素敵な宿屋を紹介してくれて。
Did they mention anything about parents before? Did I miss
No.
that?
No.
やあ、おはよ
あ、おはようござい。キャー。いやー。あ、
That's a way to keep time, I guess.
う。や
I
何
think
してる
it's
の？
yeah.
あ、モトラドを直しているんだ。売ってくださいって頼んだ
Motor
ら、
rod.
昔のゴミだからいらないって言われてね。もらったんだ。
治るの？
直すの。
す
もうしばらくすればこいつも元気に動き回れるよ。
ごい。モトラドが動き回るの？
うん。
Or were the hotel
正
people
確には
there
こ
for
いつは一人で
parents?
は動けないんだ。誰かが乗って契約しなきゃいけない。
I don't think so, but it's
この
possible.
場合はお互いに助け合うことを約束することさ。僕はモトラドみたいに早く走れないだろ。
昨日は痩せてるもんね。
I'm just torn between the fact that the room that she's in has all these children's toys in it, which means that she's been living there.
Yeah.
うーん
But at the same time, she's hanging out with a strange person who just showed up in town.
That's that's what's throwing me.
それで助け合いの契約なのね。
そう。だからこいつの目が覚めたら、それでどうですかって聞かなくちゃ。
モトラドと話せるの？
もちろん。
うーん。
でもその前にパーツを買わなくちゃ。この国でそういったお店はないかな。
My head's still going to a real dark place where she becomes the motorcycle.
I don't think it can be because he's too old to be the Kino that we know.
お待たせ。
I know.
あったの？部品。
ああ、おかげであいつを直してやれるよ。
Like I said, for any of you out there who watched
この国の人はみんな笑顔で仕事をしているんだね。
Heavenly Delusion with me and Griff are on your own, who knows where my head is going?
何って？
大人なんでしょ？
ま、君よりはね。
大人は何か仕事をしなきゃいけないんでしょ？
強いて言えば旅をしている。
旅？それは嫌なことはある？
たまにね。
That's the thing. Everything he's saying is lining up so far with what we've seen of Kino.
それじゃあ仕事じゃないよ。
Yeah, but that just could be inspiration, right? Something happens to
It's
him,
true.
they decide to.
でも生きるには絶対しなきゃならないんでしょ？だったら旅は仕事じゃないよ。
でも、この国の人はみんな笑顔で仕事してるじゃないか。
だっ って大人だもん。あおべー
昨日の子だね。親子でお出かけかな。
病院。誕生日なの。12歳の。
え？
あ、私もあさって12歳の誕生日だから病院に
There
行って
was
手
a
術を
time
受け
down.
るの。
手術？
この国では12歳から上は大人、それより下は子供なの。大人っていうのは仕事をする人で、それはとても辛いものなの。
いいかい？お前たち子供と違って
Okay.
大人は好き勝手な行動は一切許されない。仕事である以上、やりたくないことも間違っていると
Okay,
思うことも
so
絶対にやらなければならない。
I don't
それ
think
は
we can
大変なこと
automatically
だ。
assume
で
bad
も
things
安心し
happen
ろ。
to the kids
お
when
前
they
たちが
age
12
up.
歳になったら
No.
Because
No,
you
no, no.
would not
その中の子供を取
you
り出し
would
て
not spend money and infrastructure to educate
こ
them.
の手術を受けるとお前たちは一晩ですっかり大人になれる。そして嫌なことでも何でもきちんと笑顔でできるようになる。先生みたいにな。
Oh, just lobotomize everybody when they come of age.
随分と乱
They
暴な
instantly
話だ
turn them
な。
into adults.
なんで？手術のおかげでどんな子でもちゃんとした大人になれるし、嫌なことでも笑ってできるようになるんだよ。
僕にはちゃんとした大人って一体何なのかわからない。嫌なことができるのがちゃんとした大人なのかな。嫌なことを延々と続けて、それで人生楽しんだ
You
の
know, this
か。
post-capitalist society that we live in, then yes.
さっきキノは私より大人って言ったよ
I,
ね。
I felt that
じゃあ
comment
キノ
coming.
は大人なの？
君の言うところの大人では多分全然ないね。
じゃあ子供？
いや、君の言うところの子供でもないと思う。
じゃあキノは一体何なの？
僕はキノさ。キノって名前の男、それだけかな。
I guess the problem I'm also having is we've only watched one episode almost a month ago,
Yep.
僕は
and
旅
I
が好き
can't
だ。
remember the
世界に
voice of
い
the
ろんな国がある
motorcycle.
ことを知るのはとても楽しい。
It was feminine voice.
I don't
君の
think
好き
it
なことは？
was. I'm remembering more of a
歌を歌うこと。
Dom
僕も
DeLuise
歌
kind
う
of
ことが好
voice,
きだ。
just in
旅の
Japanese.
途中よく歌うんだ。
I am remembering the
君の瞳
singing like in the beginning of this episode.
This kind of singing?
優しさを忘れずに
Nope.
悲しい言葉胸に満ちても眼差し強く星を見つめて。下手だろ？
とっても。
もし君が歌が好きなら歌手になるってのはどうだい？
We both have like the same theory of what's about to
歌手
happen,
に
but
は
we
なれ
have
ないよ。
different
うちは
different end
宿屋
points
だ
for
か
it.
ら親の後
Yeah.
を継がなきゃ。でもあさってには12になるから、きっと宿屋で
Okay,
も
so it is
平気。
family.
そうだ、
Yeah.
こいつの名前を決めてあげなくちゃ。何がいい？
キノの昔のお友達にも名前があったの？
うん、エルメスって言った。
素敵。エルメスにしよう。
そうかい？じゃあそうしよう。
The further this goes on, the more I think we are heavily delusioning this.
キノ、
ん？
キノはどうして旅人になったの？
人は誰でも空を行く鳥を見ると旅に出たくなるんだそうだ。昔誰かが教えてくれた。
Man was just born to travel.
Get your kicks on Route 66.
好きなこと。
So yeah, majority of the episode gets attached to the little girl character, then have something really bad happen to them, because this show seems to be framed in.
Yep.
Now it's time to find out that the people we've been helping have turned out to be cannibals the whole time. I mean, obviously they're not being
これは
lobotomized.
これは監
These
督
people
官
seem to have a broad
毎
spectrum
朝
of
お勤めご
emotions.
苦労様です
Yeah.
お父さんお母さん、話があるの。
なんだい
大人になるための手術受けないとどうなるの？今の自分のままで大人になる方法はないのかな？
バカ野郎なんてことを言うんだこの罰当たりが
そうよ、国の偉い人がみんなのためを思ってこの手術を考え出したのよ。今すぐ謝りなさい。もう二度と
This
そんなこと
feels
は
very
考えなさい
uncanny valley now.
どうしました申し訳ありません実はうちの愚かな娘が明日の12歳の手術を受けたくないと申しまして何ですと偉大な手術を受けたくないですとなんて恐ろしい娘だ失敗だ
Wow.
失敗作だ
Well, yeah.
誰がお前に
The twist, it's the whole fucking
人間的
twist.
な考えを吹き込んだんだ恐ろしい娘だ失敗作だお前だな娘に愚かな考えを吹き込んだのはおかげで娘は失敗作になってしまったそうだなんてことを
How did she waste? She didn't even get the operation. You're acting like she can't get it now that she's had a thought.
昨日
まあそこら辺にしておきなさい旅の方どんな国にも独自のしきたりがありますわかりますかな
ええ、
この国にもこの国のしきたりがあるあなたのどうこうできる問題ではない
そうですね。
分かっていただけましたか
Yeah.
僕もそろそろ出発しようかと思っていました。ここにいると殺されそうなんで。
侵害ですなあなたは正式な手続きを踏んで入国なさった安全は国を出るまで保証します大人の国ですからなここは
みんな素敵な大人たちで助かったよ。
もう
Yeah, that's what
行
that
っちゃ
seemed
うの？
like. A bunch of reasonable adults.
Yeah.
僕
The
は
most
旅人だから
reasonable.
ね。ただ通り過ぎるだけのものはその国の決まりに無責任に関わってはいけないんだ。残念だけどここでお別れだ。
うん
さあこっちへおいで処分ですよ上位者の親に逆らったのですから当然です
Ask the
子供は
fucking
親の所有
question.
物であり
Oh.
親には失敗作を処分する権利がある出来損ないが
Creepy smile to go with it.
Yep. The uncanny valley of it all hit real hard.
Not what I expected to happen. I thought Kino was gonna grab the girl and run away on the motorcycle, not jump in front of a knife.
はれこの人が飛び込んでくるから子供を刺すはずの包丁が刺さってしまったこの場合どうすればいいですか
Oh no! I stabbed a man.
大人の常識では考えられないこれは不幸な事故として処理しておこうでは私たちはまず何をすれば
とりあえず包丁を抜けばいいんじゃないあなた。
Or, take him to the giant fucking hospital.
そうかそうですねはあ待ってな今言ってあげるから
Wow.
ここにいる
So I
と
know
気
there's
に
like
す
a
るんだろ
horror scene taking place, but
うんでも
what I'm
ああ
not
なっ
getting
ちゃう
is
より
the
マシ
the investment
っていう
factor
か
going on
同
here.
じ
ふん死んじゃってもいいんだ
Namely, that they
や
invested
だ
so
な
much money and time into this
じゃあ
12-year-old
第三の
girl
選択だ
Yep.
that they were just willing to kill her at the slightest
ある
question.
それなら大丈夫
Also, Hermes is just a
まず
voice in
後ろ
her
の
head.
シートに飛び乗りハンドルを両手でしっ
Yeah.
かり握る右手の握り
Well,
を
it can't be a
土台
voice
に
in her
ねじ
head.
って
Hermes
体重を
turned
前に
himself
かけるの
on
さそれで
itself.
OK
すると
Wow.
どうなるの？
The bubbling blood.
Yeah.
逃げるのさ。前見て、前。ひゃー、びっくりした。しっかりバランス取ってくれよ。
僕はバランスを、モトラドは走よ。
契約。
タイヤの先まで自分の体だとイメージして。ハンドルで曲がらずに。
That's interesting. I like this.
傾いた時体を起こしちゃダメだ。うまいじゃん、その調子。ももでタンクをしっかり挟むともっと安定するよ。
I don't know, I can't figure out
ギアを変える。
Hermes.
言う通りにして。
I think it's a case where she's just lost her mind.
No, the motorcycle turned itself on. That's the
Yeah.
that's the dissolving point between these two things. That maybe Hermes' voice is in her own head, but the motorcycle did turn itself on.
Yes. No. So that's what I'm saying. The places that won't, the fields like that won't exist in the next couple of years because of people walking on flowers.
昨日。
ねえ。もしよろしければ今すぐ起こしてもらいたいんだけど。
And just an outfit sitting there in
他に
the
誰もいない
flowers.
けどね。
Yep.
ごめんね。それからありがとう。
お互い様だよ、昨日。あのまま置いとかれたら何されたか。
ねえ、今私のことなんて呼んだ？
昨日。さっき名前を聞いたときそう言ったろ？
私は。私はキノ。
いい名前だね。で、こっちは？
エルメスだよ。キノの昔の友達の名前。
エルメス
She's
か。
just adopting Kino's entire background.
I am Kino now.
これからどうすんの？
It's a pretty logical trauma response based
ど
off
うすんの？昨日。
the events.
また
Yeah,
腹
I
ペ
guess
コ
we
で
were
倒れちゃ
both
うよ。
wrong, though, about what was gonna happen. It was
Yeah.
actually a lot less involved than what we were guessing.
What the? That might have just been a weird lighting choice, but that tree looked like it held a magical portal.
I was gonna joke about now we're entering the world
こ
of
んな季
David
節
the
に
Gnome.
狂い咲きか
But
な？
no, I think it was literally just light passing through the trees.
ひどいなあ。こんなひどいことするのは一体誰？
いつも優しさを忘れずに悲しい
I think it's viable options on both sides, whether the bike is actually talking or she's just lost her mind.
Well, I think they could also just be that, again, this is a different world. This is just a different world, and it's entirely possible that we're dealing with supernatural shit.
Yes.
That there's like a spirit of the Motorrad, and that's what Kino was talking about, having to make a deal, or not a deal, a pact with the with the Motorrad. So that's just what new Kino did. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what they say their name was at the very beginning.
Oh God.
Was the name of the flower or something like that? But you could twist its connotation to make it a horrible insult.
I can't remember.
Now, new Kino. I guess also we now know Kino is a girl.
Yes.
They might not refer to themselves as a girl, but if I slip up and say she, I'm gonna feel a little less bad about it.
No, exactly. That's a real interesting way to get from point A to point B. Because it started off slightly
もし
off-putting,
キ
but
ノ
then
が
it
同じ
turned
仕事を毎日続
real
けなきゃなら
weird
ないと
real
したら
quick.
どんな仕事がいい？
そうだな、楽しんでできることか自分で納得できることがいいな。僕が毎日してるように。
And it's something I'm here for.
してるよ。朝日の出とともに起きる。
However, it was very much a case of like, oh, what's happening? Oh, crap.
何？
エルメスを叩き起こすこと。
Sorry, I was paying attention the next time on, even though I realized that might not be watching that episode. There's also the facet that I was interested in, that they were asking what they would like to do, and they said I would like to do work that I like to do every day, or that I enjoy doing. When we come past this whole episode of a land of adults that have themselves messed with to enjoy doing stuff they don't enjoy doing.
Yep.
Like I said, lobotomy land.
Well,
So-
we kind of not do. A lot of people do that to themselves without a lobotomy, anyways, where they'll get a job, hate it, but do it long enough that they just accepted it and circle back around to enjoying it.
Right, but literally we had this whole thing where they're gonna operate on your brain to turn you into an adult. So
Yeah,
I'm being very on the nose when I bring it up here.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, but no, I just thought it was gonna be a much more involved thing because I had the internal expectation based on other shows that I've seen, and you kind of had the same thought process without those other shows. I was gonna describe to you what Heavenly Delusion thing I was talking about was, but there's always the possibility we watch it here again, so I'm not gonna do that. Heavenly Delusion ended on a cliffhanger, and as I understand it, they might be coming out with a season 2. So
Okay.
that would just involve you and me having to watch season 1 again, which would be entertaining to see take your take on Heavenly Delusion.
If it's anything like, it seems like it might be up my alley based off of the fact that we both had such dark theories.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it for that reason. But again, you people out there who can go back and watch or may have watched our old playlist for Heavenly Delusion, or have seen it on your own, can see where I was going with what I thought was going to happen based on everything, all the evidence the show gave us. I was not anticipating Kino just to jump in front of a knife. And I guess all the action anime that I've watched over the years just would have led me to anticipate Kino grabs the little girl, puts them on the motorcycle, and speeds off. The first thing I don't think they were gonna pull a Piccolo, just jump in front of the beam.
When Kino didn't grab her right away when when that whole thing started, I figured that there was going to be a sacrifice.
I thought when I didn't see it happen immediately that we were gonna see a foot kicking a knife.
Ah,
I mean, I
that
just
to me makes
anticipated a
sense.
proactive approach, and I know jumping in front of a blade maybe is a proactive approach as well. But again, I think anime has just like taught me to expect certain things,
Yeah,
and sacrificing yourself when there seems to be so many other options.
you're not wrong.
I guess maybe they kind of telegraphed it ahead of time when he said, "If I stay here, they'll kill me." And then he stayed a little bit longer, and they killed him. I mean, incidentally, but at the same time, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, like it's another case. It's definitely a case where it's showing the disparity between people too, because with each place having its own customs, and it's down to the point of lobotomizing people.
I mean, I would say Lobotomy Town is still probably better than Cannibal Town. Well, sorry, Cannibal Slave Town.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you get stuck in Lobotomy Town at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy things that you didn't enjoy before. Versus in
It's,
Slave Cannibal Town,
it's
you're
not
not going to
even
enjoy things.
enjoying it. It's
Well,
more you just do it.
well, I think they said that you'll do things that you don't like, and
Yes.
it seems like you don't care about it anymore. Everybody, that's why I was saying the odd thing about it, 'cause it doesn't seem like a straight up lobotomy. Because these people in this town seem happy until they turn weird, and then they're happy about being weird. So it's double. They're just always happy.
It seems like control measures. It seems closer to like shock therapy stuff with like like Captain America Winter Soldier is the best way I can think about it, where there's like specific triggers that cause endorphin rushes.
Well, see, I don't know. 'Cause the only thing that we saw was there's like giant mechanical thing put on top of them, and they have a shaved head, and like
Yeah.
there's a whole grid on the head, but we don't see them like opening up. So I don't know. I do not know. It doesn't serve it very well though that they have like investigators that just wander around, being the whole Gestapo thing.
Yep. They're just trying to make sure you're having a good time, you know?
Yeah, but to those guys, well, those people must have gotten it too, because everybody gets it.
Yeah, because that's their job.
Like I said, the weirdest thing to me was the level of investment. They invest money and time into teaching these kids, which means that they shouldn't be willing to just automatically kill them at the drop of a hat, because that is state's investment. That's parental investment. They bought the girl toys and shit that were decorating their room to just suddenly be like, well, time to stab you to death. It doesn't seem. And plus, they're like, well, this is a failed child. What, are you gonna have another one? It's like, what's. Maybe that's the horror of it. Maybe I'm supposed to
Yeah.
imply that maybe they didn't buy these toys for new Kino. Maybe they bought these toys for their last kid that they also stabbed to death. But that doesn't seem like right either. It seems like it's so odd what they did, asking
Indeed.
questions, that that's not the norm either.
It's very much implied that children are allowed to be innocent and naive to a point, but they're not allowed to question the status quo whatsoever.
I will say what I feel like is the best point about Kino's journey so far is every episode, granted we've only watched two, feels like it
Yes.
could be its own entire series.
Yeah,
Like the whole
I'd agree with that.
the whole slave cannibal thing. I could imagine a whole 12 episode series about Kino having to go deal with that village now and like, you know, or solve the problems there or, just a whole arc of that. But no, it's learn it and leave it seems to be the note of Kino's journey. Well, I
Yep.
found out about this place. Time to move on.
No, agreed. It's definitely a case where it touches on a lot of things that could be bigger, but doesn't. It leaves you wanting more.
Because, like, that kid, right? The kid that was slapping his ass at her, apparently, giving her a really crappy name. And then she sticks her tongue out at him in passing. And then we see on his 12th birthday, he's going up there. He sticks his tongue out at her one last time because apparently it's his last childish thing. Because you get a
Yeah.
whole arc about him bringing Hermes, right? Like, she she escapes with her life. She goes back and she goes to rescue him from the hospital, but it turns out that he's already had the operation done. And it was like what we were expecting it to be and not what it turned out to be. And then, you know, well, I can't
True.
save your body, you're dying, but I can transfer you into this other thing. It's like, oh, okay. And then she runs off and she puts it into the motorcycle because it's the only thing with a power source to keep his brain alive. Or, I could make a whole arc out of just a little bit from this one episode, just that interaction between these two characters.
100%.
But like I
I'm
said,
sure
it's
it
a
would be
learn it and
wonderful.
leave it.
Yep, touch on it, leave them wanting more.
All right. Well, you have any final thoughts on this episode before we wrap up today?
No, I think we hit them.
All right. Well, this has once again been episode 4 of Kino's Journey, the Land of Adults. Once again, thank you, Henry. I have been Theta. This is Justin. We're Stone Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?